I've recently had a lot of students coming in with ideas of fixing their right side miss by flattening out their swing plane by this much. What they didn't understand is it wasn't their swing plane that's causing the right miss. Their swings were actually perfectly on plane or actually coming in from the inside, but it was face control that was causing the right miss. So I want to take this time to help everyone understand what exactly club dynamics are and how it influences ball flight, so you don't end up with shots like this and wonder why you're swinging over the top. Looking down from a player's perspective, what you see here is widely considered a neutral face angle, where it's pointing straight down the target line. What you see here is face open and face closed, pointing left. Your face angle will determine the start line of the ball, or at least 85% of the start line of the ball, assuming middle contact. This shot here represents a neutral club face, where you're pointing straight down the line. This is now open, where your face is open to the target line, and this is now closed, pointing left of the target line. Your face angle can be manipulated by hand position, as I'm doing now. Pushing the handle too far forward will open the face, too far back will close the face. Another way you can do that is by twisting the handle, just like this, open and closed. Forward press should not be mistaken for too much handle drag that opens the face. What happens with forward press is your handle leans forward as your face stays neutral to the target line. Or by adding loft, your handle goes back by making sure your face points to the target line. That's done through a combination of forward press and grip twist. This alignment stick represents your target path. If I take the club head, place it down here, and it's traveling right down the target line, that's often seen as a neutral club path. Once your club gets more over the top, that's considered over the top, where you're crossing the club path. This represents going into out, or swinging to the right. In order to hit the ball straight, you want your club face and path to be as neutral as possible at the moment of impact. That means the stick on the club face and your target line is square, and you're coming in, hitting, and rotating out. If your face is open and you're coming in neutral, then your shots will start right and curve further right. A lot of this is because your face will be open to your neutral path. So that's going to cause a ball that starts a little bit to the right and continues curving. If your face is pointing right and your path is into out, in line with your club face, then you end up with a shot that starts right and continues going right, which is often called a push. When your face is open and you're coming across the top, then the difference between your club face and your path is so great that it'll start right and then wildly continue turning off to the right, which is often seen as a slice. It is possible to hit the ball straight with a out to in path, and a lot of that is due to your club face angle being closed relative to your club path. So if my face is closed 2 degrees and I'm coming over the top by 5 degrees, then the ball will start left and start curving back to the target line. Now this is where something like a launch monitor will really help you understand what you're doing in your golf swing. So you can really hone in on what you need to work on versus guessing and checking. So right here we have our club path, face to path, face angle, launch direction, and spin axis. As we covered, the club path is the direction your golf club is swinging on its way to the point of impact. Your face angle is the club face angle at impact, open or closed or neutral. The face to path is your face relative to the club path. And all of that will have a direct impact on your launch direction and the spin axis. So the launch direction is what degree or how many degrees to the right of target or left of target is the ball launching. And your spin axis is how much of a tilt is there in the ball to influence a curvature. So your start direction, as I mentioned, is a direct byproduct of your face angle, and your spin axis is a direct byproduct of your face to path, causing curvature of the ball. So, for example, if we were to take this shot, so that in that shot, my face angle was pretty neutral. It was closed by 0.5 degrees, so it's very neutral. And my path was in to out by 1 degree. My launch direction is just left by 0.2 degrees, and my spin axis is curving to the left just a touch by 2.8 degrees. That's a byproduct of, again, my face to path, where my face was closed relative to path by 1.5 degrees. In contrast, if I were to miss to the right, in this shot, my face angle is open by 7.2 degrees, and my swing path is coming from the inside by 2.2 degrees. That's resulting in a launch direction of 6.3 degrees. So it's starting out right by 6 degrees from my relative to start line. And the spin axis is actually 8.1 degrees, so meaning it's still continuing to go right. That's because my face angle was open relative to my path. Now, if I were to correct that, so this time, my face angle was open 4 degrees. My club path was from the inside by 6.2 degrees. What that does is it starts the ball out to the right again by 4.5 degrees, but now my spin axis is -4. So it means it's tilted to the left, meaning the ball is going to start out right and start curving back to the left, which is often called a push draw. And this is all because my face to path here is closed relative to my start line. So the key takeaway here is just because you're hitting it right or you're hitting it left, it's not just a swing plane issue only. You have to manage your club face and your swing plane equally to make sure you're hitting the proper shots. So if you were to follow social media and everything else that's being put out there to try to correct your slice, and all you're doing is dropping your hands down to get really flat and swinging from the inside, it may not fix the right miss or the slices or result in the shot that you're looking for. So when you go out there to practice, try to find a launch monitor, try to find a facility where you have access to something like this. They're relatively accessible now. Really pay attention to the numbers, your face angle, your club path, your face to path, and see what it does to your launch angle and your spin axis. That way you understand as you're playing golf why you're missing certain shots.